Now, the king's official, Haman, he had a feud and a beef with Mordecai, Esther's uncle. And the reason why he hated Mordecai was because Mordecai did not respect him. Mordecai did not value him because Mordecai knew that he was a bad person, he was a very stupid person. So then Haman was angry. And Haman stood up and said, you know what? I'm going to go to the king. And the king is going to hang Mordecai for me. So while he was on his way to the king, that very night, the king could not sleep. And the king now called in one of his servants and he said, read me a record, read me some of our royal records. I want to hear some of our records, please. And then the servant opened up at his own will and read the part of the royal record where Mordecai, the man that Haman wanted to get hanged by the king, saved the king from being assassinated by two of his eunuchs, two of his servants. When Mordecai saved the king, nobody honored Mordecai. Mordecai was just to thank you very much, go. The king did not even honor him. It didn't even come to their mind. Mordecai was forgotten. But that very night that he was about to be hanged, the book of remembrance was opened and his good deed was read out. When the king heard it, the king said, have we done anything to honor Mordecai? The servant said, no, sir. So then Haman came inside. The Haman that was coming to come and tell the king to go and hang Mordecai came inside. And the king looked at him and said, hey, what ideas do you have for me to honor a man that I want to honor? And then Haman began to say, do this for him, do that for him, give him these blessings, sing his praise, take him around the town, give him this, give him that, give him your clothes and all those kind of things. And then Haman was saying all those things, thinking that the king wanted to honor him. But then the king now said, that's a good idea. Get up, go and do all these things that you said for Mordecai. The same man that Haman wanted to get hanged. Mordecai may have thought that he was forgotten, but he was remembered at the split second. At the moment where it would have been too late, Mordecai was remembered. God is never late. Many times when you read the Bible, you must also acknowledge the fact that the Bible is not a compendium and just a collection of stories. It's a collection of true stories. When Elijah was going to Zarephath and he saw the widow of Zarephath, God said, I commanded the widow to feed you. The widow of Zarephath was packing up sticks to go and use and cook her last meal. And after cooking her last meal, bread, her and her child would have eaten it and they would have waited for death. Have you ever experienced that kind of hunger where you are eating your last meal and after that meal is to wait and die? Have you ever experienced that? Most likely, no. But yet, that is the kind of situation they were in. But yet, at the split second, Elijah showed up, told her to go and prepare the meal for him. And when she expressed her problem to Elijah representing God, God told her, that food and that wine and everything there will not finish. That is God for you. God only reserves the most painful challenges for the most strongest soldiers. If you are going through pain now, then count it all joy. God wouldn't have sent it your way if he did not know you could not take it. If you are going through hell, never give up and don't stop. Why would you want to stop inside hell? God allowed Peter to enter into the water, but he didn't allow him to drown. God allowed Jonah to enter the belly of the fish, but he did not allow him to die. Are you aware that if you enter the belly of a whale, you will suffocate? Or even the acid inside will kill you? But yet Jonah survived. To tell you that even in that state, God was still protecting him. Even if Jonah thought that God may have failed him. He hears you. He is listening. But the thing you must understand about God is that God will answer your prayer when it is time. not when you cry. But your tears are there for a reason, and they only last for a season. They are a sign that what God has promised you is close. This is one thing God taught me. He told me, and I'm telling it to you now. Do with this information and this wisdom what you will. God bless you.